Welcome. I'm Ava, and this is WNBA Trending. In a story that has taken both the sports and entertainment worlds by storm, Miss Indiana 2025, Sydney Shrewsbury, has officially invited basketball superstar Caitlin Clark to the Miss USA pageant following her viral onstage tribute. The stunning moment, which spread like wildfire across social media, represents not only a celebration of women's sports, but also a cultural crossover that's resonating far beyond the pageant stage. During the Miss USA 2025 state costume competition held in Reno, Nevada, Shrewsbury appeared on stage wearing a dazzling tribute outfit inspired by Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever's record-breaking guard and one of the most influential figures in modern basketball. Her costume featured Clark's signature Indiana Fever jersey number 22, recreated with sparkling rhinestones and Indiana's blue and gold theme. Completing the look was a basketball-shaped clutch and a robe trimmed in a basketball net, a perfect blend of pageant glamour and athletic pride. As the crowd erupted in applause, Shrewsbury proudly declared that her inspiration came from Caitlin Clark's impact on women's sports. "Caitlin has done more for women's basketball than anyone in recent memory," she told media outlets backstage. "She's inspired an entire generation of girls to dream big and believe that anything is possible." The tribute quickly went viral across social platforms like X, Instagram, and TikTok. Videos of Shrewsbury's performance amassed millions of views, with fans praising her creativity and applauding the recognition given to women's basketball. Many commenters pointed out that it was a refreshing change to see an athlete honored in a setting typically dominated by fashion and glamour. But what really made headlines was what came next. Following the performance, Sydney Shrewsbury extended a heartfelt invitation to Caitlin Clark to attend the Miss USA 2025 national pageant. "I would be absolutely honored if Caitlin Clark would join us in the audience," Shrewsbury said. "She represents everything strong, confident, and empowering, the same values Miss USA stands for." Shrewsbury went on to say she'd love to see Clark serve as a judge in a future competition. "She knows what it means to lead, to compete, to overcome pressure," Shrewsbury continued. "That's exactly the kind of woman who belongs at Miss USA." Caitlin Clark, who has become a household name since her college days at Iowa, has yet to respond publicly to the invitation, but her influence continues to transcend sports. Her arrival in the WNBA as the first overall draft pick in 2024 marked one of the most-watched draft events in league history. From sold-out arenas to record-breaking television ratings, Clark has single-handedly reshaped how audiences view women's basketball. Even though Clark has faced challenges during her rookie and sophomore seasons, including injuries and the growing pains of adapting to professional play, her impact remains undeniable. She's become not only a symbol of elite athletic performance, but also a cultural ambassador for women's sports. Sports analysts have described the moment between Miss Indiana and Caitlin Clark as the perfect example of the Caitlin Clark effect. This term, now widely used in both media and marketing, describes the surge in popularity, visibility, and commercial value surrounding women's basketball, largely fueled by Clark's dynamic play and charismatic personality. The Caitlin Clark effect has been seen everywhere, from massive increases in WNBA ticket sales to a spike in viewership for both college and professional women's basketball broadcasts. According to Nielsen ratings, viewership for Clark's debut game with the Indiana Fever reached historic highs, surpassing even some NBA games that aired the same night. Now, that influence has reached the world of pageantry. Shrewsbury's tribute marks one of the first times a Miss USA contestant has dedicated her costume to a professional athlete, especially a female athlete. Traditionally, state costumes at the Miss USA competition highlight iconic state symbols such as landmarks, wildlife, or cultural heritage. For Indiana, basketball has always been part of its DNA, and this tribute reflects that legacy while also celebrating a modern hero who's brought new attention to the sport. Social media has been buzzing with reactions since the event. WNBA players, pageant fans, and even major sports networks like ESPN and Bleacher Report have shared clips of the moment. One post captioned, "When Miss Indiana brings Caitlin Clark energy to the Miss USA stage," gained over 2 million views within 24 hours. Fans also pointed out that the collaboration between sports and pageantry could signal a broader cultural shift, one where women in different arenas support and uplift each other. "This is more than a costume," one user wrote. "It's a statement that women's achievements in sports are worthy of celebration everywhere." Shrewsbury, who previously competed as Miss Indiana Teen USA, said she's always admired athletes for their discipline and dedication. "I've followed Caitlin since her Iowa days," she shared in an interview. "Her determination, her leadership, her humility, that's what inspired me. I wanted to channel that energy on stage." When asked about her preparation, Shrewsbury revealed that the costume was a collaborative effort between her and a local designer in Indianapolis. "We wanted it to sparkle, to shine, just like Caitlin's presence on the court," she said. "We hand-applied hundreds of crystals to make sure it captured that same fire and brilliance." Pageant judges praised the originality and cultural relevance of Shrewsbury's outfit. "This was a standout moment," one judge commented. "It showed pride in her state, awareness of contemporary culture, and a meaningful tribute to a woman who's changed the game for athletes everywhere." Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's fans have expressed gratitude for the gesture. One fan wrote on social media, "Even in a world of glitz and glam, Caitlin's hard work is still shining through. That's the power of her influence." The Miss USA organization also released a statement applauding Shrewsbury's creativity, calling the costume a celebration of empowerment, sportsmanship, and Indiana pride. Experts say this moment could mark the beginning of a trend, where major public figures in entertainment acknowledge the contributions of women athletes. "What Caitlin Clark has done is bigger than basketball," said cultural analyst Dr. Lauren Myers. "She's become a brand, a symbol, and now an inspiration for representation in completely new spaces." As for Caitlin Clark, her focus remains on recovery and preparation for the upcoming WNBA season. Sources close to her say she has been training and working closely with the Indiana Fever staff as she looks to return to peak form. Despite any temporary setbacks, her fan base continues to grow exponentially, and moments like these only fuel her legend further. Sydney Shrewsbury's tribute has also opened conversations about the relationship between sports and beauty standards. Many viewers praised her for merging athleticism with elegance, showing that strength and grace are not mutually exclusive. In a world often quick to separate sports and style, Miss Indiana's performance sent a message that the two can coexist beautifully, that women can dominate the court and still sparkle under the spotlight. As the Miss USA 2025 finals approach, fans are eagerly waiting to see whether Caitlin Clark might make a surprise appearance. Whether she does or not, the moment has already secured its place in cultural history, a moment where the spirit of competition met the art of celebration. From the roar of basketball arenas to the glittering stage lights of the Miss USA pageant, one thing is clear: the Caitlin Clark effect isn't slowing down anytime soon. It continues to inspire young girls, ignite conversations, and break barriers on every stage imaginable. And with this beautiful act of tribute from Miss Indiana, it's safe to say that Caitlin Clark's influence has truly transcended sports. This has been WNBA Trending. I'm Ava. Thank you for joining us for this inspiring story of athletic excellence, cultural pride, and the continued rise of women's empowerment.